this woman
Okay.
says, I have to respectfully disagree. And this is about the statement I made about the video I did about child support before we did part 2.
Okay. Gotcha.
She says, I have to respectfully disagree with the statement that child support is stacked against men. Child support is stacked against the parent without primary custody. This is the facts. I'm reading word for word what she said. Women pay child support too, and I'm just adding this because the statements almost suggest that if you're a woman, they may take it easier on you. This is simply not the truth. That was her comment. How do you feel about what she said?
Well, okay. So I'm speaking from Tennessee law.
Okay.
In Tennessee, I would have to disagree with that comment because men in Tennessee don't have rights until they petition the court. When a child is born to mom's the one giving birth. If dad wants any actual rights, dad has to petition the courts. Hey, I want some time with my kid. Because Tennessee's already decided the primary residential parent is the mother. Automatically. It's automatic. Okay, now, to her point that women do pay child support, that is true, but guess when that is? That's when you have a father that's come in, filed a petition, and is fighting for his rights to see his child. Okay, now, I will say this, Davidson County, now is very good about giving dad 50-50 parenting time. They believe dad should have 50% parenting time if he wants it. This has not always been the case. That changed in around 2008. Okay, so we're not talking about even 20 years ago. So there are situations, and I've had clients, they petition the court because mom had custody. Mom's primary parent automatically. Dad has to file a petition. Dad files a petition. Dad is listing everything that mom's not doing for the kid. Courts didn't have a choice. We got to give primary residential parent to the dad because mom's over here not doing anything. Mom may not have a place to stay. Mom doesn't have a job. How are you taking care of this child financially? Where dad has a job, he got a house, and they got to show all this. They've got to show all of this, right? And at the end of the day, it's the best interest of the child standard is what Tennessee goes off of. It's TCA 36. I think 1, maybe 110. Don't quote me on that, but it's TCA 36. It's a best interest of the child standard. So in Tennessee, they don't care really about if it's the mom or the dad after the dad petitions. And if he can prove if the child is with me, it's in his best interest, he's going to get the child. Really? And then everything flips. So now mom has to pay child support.
How I gave her right because this was my response to this woman.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm. And before I'll tell you this, it is very hard. It is still very, 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 very hard for a father to get primary residential parent. It's hard.
Is that anywhere or just in Tennessee?
From what I have seen and heard, I've got some family members that are attorneys in Texas, Arkansas, and I know for sure in those 2 states. Okay. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not going to say I know for a fact, but California, I know it's the same way, but they do a lot of stuff. They really try to do 50-50 there, but
in California?
You know, in California, you go out there and get married, automatic, you're getting, from what I've seen and heard. But so I know Georgia, all your contiguous states around Tennessee, the laws are primarily the same. Okay. Also in Texas, so Arkansas. So from, I know in the South and Illinois, Midwest, yes, they favor the mom. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that it stays that way because, like I said, if you can demonstrate this mother does not have the child's best interest, then they will change it because at the end of the day, it's supposed to be about the child.
But that doesn't happen. Like what she was saying with, I said, my reply was, thanks for watching. While I understand what you're saying, only 10% of child support cases are paid by women. Since the other 90% are men, that's why we say it's skewed in women's favor. Right. So if it's that, I saw one video where this guy was an attorney here actually, and he was talking about that if you get a woman pregnant, you should just go ahead and put yourself on child support. I mean, has it gotten to that point where you should just go ahead and put yourself on child support?
This is the reason. The reason being, you get a woman pregnant. Y'all don't live together. And you may be a good dad. You know, you're giving money when she asks for it. You're asking to see your son. You know, y'all are doing exchanges. But if you haven't petitioned the court, none of that counts. So if she decides, let's say the child is 15. No, even one better, because I have a case like this. Child is 17. Mother decides to file for child support against the father. The child is literally a year away from being an adult. She files when the child is 17. Father has been being a good dad. He didn't realize he was supposed to be keeping records of every receipt.
So this
Correct. 17 years. And how do they calculate that back child support? They look at what your current child support would be times however many months. You're screwed.
Yeah, he's going to jump off a bridge.
And that's when men go crazy. Because they're like, I've been a good father all these years. You got mad for whatever reason. Now you're filing a petition. And because I don't have proof that I've been giving you this money, they are not going to count it.
That's exactly what happened to me. Exactly what happened to me. Thank God my daughter's 27 and grown now. But when she wasn't, that is exactly what happened to me. And
but that goes back to what I said. Men do not have rights unless they petition the courts. Unless they petition. So when the attorney said, go ahead and put yourself on child support, go ahead, file that petition and start getting that record in. Because you don't have it until you do that.